oh my gosh, like, how does she get that energy? And I remember one time, it wasn't even that long ago, it was about a year and a half ago, I was leading an event. And if you have your cameras off and you're with us on Zoom, right? I know that we're streaming, but if you're with us on Zoom, then put your cameras on, because it lets God know, it lets the universe like be an authority with you, meaning that respond to you. It's like you're saying that I am worth it enough to put my camera on because I matter. And if you want to create the miracle of money, you got to get that you matter. You guys get this? Put yes in the chat, right? Like, and you guys online, put yes in the comment section, right? So it's like, you got to get that you matter. Okay, so back to the identity story. So true story, about a year and a half ago, I'm doing an event and I'm feeling good. I'm fired up. And I'm like all in love with the people that I'm working with. And literally I get off and one of our event team says, Shanda, like, seriously, like when your energy goes that high, it like turns some people off. You guys, when people speak over you, you either accept it and it becomes a part of you and you carry it. Don't carry other people's trauma. Do you know I did 3 more events after that, noticing I had something on me and I had to fight it. And I had to literally say to myself, you know what, Shanda, this is who you are. I hope there's never a day that my energy is low. But there could be, right, you guys? Like we know kids, celebration, cancer, death, marriage, it's all coming, right? New babies, like it's all coming. Sleep deprivation, it's all coming, right? Like these are just hormone changes, like these things happen. And so this is called life. And so when I was walking through that, I'm like sitting there going, just be who you are. And so I share this with you today because not only are we going to be enthusiastic and we're going to call in a miracle. You get what I'm saying? Like we're going to call in a miracle, but we're also going to fight for our identity back. You guys clear on that? Yes. Are you good with that? Okay. So if you're a fired up person, I want you to put fire in the chat. I want you to put fire in the chat. If you're a fired up person, if you want fire, put fire in the chat, right? If you want money to overflow, what do the scriptures say about money? It's not about I'm good with money. I don't need a bigger house. I don't need a different car. I'm not really into crypto. I don't want to know about money. I'm not materialistic. Like, it's not about any of that stuff. It's about who are you put on this planet to help. For you guys who don't know me, I have been coaching business for over 20 years online. I started as the shy girl in the corner and I became successful. I'm going to tell you, there's nothing more powerful than to know that you can generate to help you and people you love. If you have little children and you don't have life insurance policies for them, I think, well, what else do you have for them? Do you have a crypto account for them? Do you have a stock account for them? Do you have it for you? Like, this is time for us to stop saying these, I'm going to say the word stupid, these stupid limitations that we don't need more. You get it? Because somewhere in you, somebody said it was bad or not good to want for more, to make more, to work that hard. Some of you guys right now are literally wives or husbands of ambitious people. You're probably on here. You're probably the ambitious one. But my point is that maybe somebody's speaking into your life, or you're speaking into theirs. You tell them to slow down, stop. Don't spend so much time doing that. And what are you doing? You're cutting off the flow. See, it's not an either or to go generate a great calling on the planet. It's not an either or, but it does take a village around you of people that you've either enrolled to be in the mission or you are being enrolled to be in their mission. But my point is it's a beautiful thing to have a calling. I remember sitting in Starbucks going, gosh, I wish I knew what I was doing. And now we have a market change, you guys. We have a market change. How many guys can feel it? You might know it, but can you feel it? I woke up in the middle of the night and I started writing down different things for literally a meeting inside the company around AI brainstorms to do it at the next level. Right? They're saying we have about 1.5 to 2 years left before we'll be on one side of the fence or the other. What side of the fence do you want to be? Because there's no middle. There's no middle. Middle will move to one side or the other. You get what I'm saying? I'm not talking fear. I'm talking let's create finances. And let's break the identity that possibly that you think you might not be good at it. But here's what I know for sure. There's some of you guys who had it before and lost it. Some of you guys have it right now and you're about to compound to go to the next level. And then there's some of you guys that were like me, where I had 3 homes into foreclosure and I had to break this identity thinking I was a loser. And guess what it took? It took one day, about 5 minutes talking to someone who saw me. And that person saw me and they spoke into me. And in those 5 minutes, my poverty thing broke in me. And I went off and I created millions and millions and millions of dollars. Now, here's what I want to share with you. As the markets are changing, both financially, but also work-wise, work is a privilege. You know, back in the day when we said, you know, it's family or work, it's like, no, work is a privilege, you guys. And I share this with you because in a year and a half to 2 years from now, when a lot of the workforce has been changed, somebody just said to me the other day, they said, well, you're still going to need people to prompt the AI. There's actually a network, a social network right now that the AI are the members, like their own version of Facebook. And the AI is learning from each other and training each other, but they can do it it can do it much faster than we can. So this isn't a moment to get scared. And if you do feel a little bit of that fear, that could work as urgency for you. You could allow it to like feel like urgency for you, or you could allow it to basically pull you into the middle of the living room floor and sink. And if you do that, you'll be on the wrong side of the fence. So I think right now our choice has been made. Can you guys hear what I'm saying? Can you hear like the weight of my words? I think our choice has been made. This is our moment. This is our moment. And our moment is beautiful right now. And the cool thing is you don't have to be a stockbroker. You don't have to have a ton of education around how the markets work. You just don't. It's pretty common sense. So I'm going to bring up my friend, really a new mentor of mine, Dan. I'm going to bring Dan up to the camera. And we're going to talk and get into what's happening in the financial markets right now and what can you do about it? How can you start to think about it so you can get ahead? You got it? Yes? You guys say, welcome, Dan, in the chat. Welcome, Dan, in the chat. Let's go, guys. Say, welcome, Dan, in the chat. I want to see that chat fire up.
Oh, what is up? Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
Is working? What is up? What is up? I'm so stoked to be here. Look, if you guys were looking for a calm moment after Shanda, I'm not that person. We joke about this all the time. I'm literally the male version of Shanda. I have the same energy. It's how I live. I'm this way all the time. You might have to turn your volume down. I don't know. You'll figure out a way to deal with it. But we have something so imperative for you, so important, so vital. But I want to ask you a quick question. I'm excited to be here, but why are you here? There's a specific reason. Why are you here? Because deep down inside, in your heart and soul, you are searching. And there's something that you need so desperately. You know something is wrong with what the world has sold you. Yeah. You know that deep down inside, the matrix that the world has sold you, something's wrong with it. And it's designed to keep the 1%, and to keep everybody else poor. Guess what? Shanda and I are here on a mission, a kingdom assignment to shatter the bullshit. We are here to break all of those chains. We're here to open up your minds. And my prayer is that you have the eyes to see this today, and that you have the ears to hear it. Look, I got to go to Eminem's song, Lose Yourself. If you had one shot, one opportunity to seize everything you ever wanted in one moment, would you capture it or just let it slip away? Listen, today is that verse. Today is that time. I am here to create wealth. I've been in markets since the .com era. The kingdom of markets that's my kingdom. That's where I operate in. That's all markets. That's the global economy, from stocks to commodities to Forex, you name it. I've done it. I've traded it. I've invested it. And I got to tell you, there is something happening right now. You guys can see the world and know that something's different, that something is evolving at lightning speed. At lightning speed. And I'm here to tell you, We are right now in the disruption phase of what is happening globally. Now, let me explain what a disruption phase is.
And I do want to ask you a couple
Go.
questions,
Yeah,
Dick,
go.
but if you want to like, so I do want to ask a couple questions because people have been messaging me and asking me certain things. So I want to bring in some of this. So first and foremost, can I do a survey question? And the survey question is, how many of you guys are currently invested in crypto or stocks? Put a C or an S or both. Crypto and stocks, either put a C for crypto, S for stocks, or put CS for both. I just want to see how many guys are currently invested, right? Okay, awesome. Thank you guys for being engaged, because I'm going to tell you, I used to be the girl that sat on the sidelines and judged everybody engaged. And guess what? I was broke then. Okay, so the people engaged, like there's a level of humility that comes with engagement, and there's power to that. It's backed by heaven. So good. Okay, so now let me ask you another question. How many of you guys like just put an X for like a no? Like X, no, I have not done it yet. Put X for no, like you haven't done it yet. You haven't invested in any sort of crypto or stocks. You know, you haven't been in it at all. Okay, so now when I ask you this question, what's your answer to it? Why? 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 Just take a minute and go, why? Just tell me why. No money, scared, lack of knowledge, a lot of lack of knowledge.
Boom.
Right? You're broke, right? Or you have no money, knowledge, oh, I'm not, fraud, worried, I'm worried. Not sure, no knowledge. So there's kind of like this mix between the word wisdom, no knowledge, and no money. Okay, so let me share something with you. There's no excuse for you to have no money.
Nope.
There's no excuse for you to have no money. And when I was building and got this, I will tell you, I would work as a cocktail waitress, Dan, back in Las Vegas time at the Hard Rock Pool. And I would work for my 5 days, and the last day of my 5 days was my spending money. The rest of the money went into savings, and then I started seeking out, how do I invest this? Because it always felt like the savings never was enough. Any of you guys ever felt that way, where you're like, it feels like you're never going to catch up? Well, that's because you're not. That's not you feeling negative. It's because you're not going to catch up. That's actually you being intuitive and knowing, and not getting how powerful that is, and knowing what's the solution, right? So super cool. Okay, so Dan, can somebody, so right now I do want you to talk about the disruption phase for sure, but from the context of them understanding currently the crypto markets have crashed, and that for someone who doesn't have knowledge just aids to the feeling of this is an unsafe environment, and it's gambling, and it's that, right? So if you could start with why now, and then how we can apply that in the disruption phase. Okay, go for it.
Yeah, absolutely. As a matter of fact, the dip
pull me off, Kimari, and I'll jump in when I need to.
Yep.
Go for it, Dan.
Yeah, absolutely. So the playpen of institutional money, the playpen of big money, institutional money, smart money, the powers that be, the 1%, Wall Street firms, the playpen of theirs is fear. Okay, it's their playpen. And right now, yes, we have crypto in a dip, and there's a very specific reason why crypto is in a dip. And it is because in less than 3 to 4 months, the Clarity Act, which is the act that's in our government right now, is the entire skeleton or framework that gives the regulations for all of crypto. That is getting ready to be signed. But here's what's happening under the current. So you have all this fear right now for retailers that is created and designed by institutional money. Here's what's happening beneath the surface. Institutional money is stockpiling certain cryptos by the billions. By the billions. As a matter of fact, I just posted the other day some of the Wall Street firms that are actually, they don't tell you what they're doing. You have to be able to look at their earnings reports and their balance sheets to find out. We just found out that there are Wall Street firms literally that have over $2.5 billion of crypto on their asset sheets. But guess what? They're telling retail, they're telling the public, don't buy it. The reason is because they want to keep you in fear until the Clarity Act is signed, sealed, and delivered, because once it is, Wall Street is going to unleash a tidal wave of crypto products to their customers. But guess what? They will have already bought this stuff. They will drive the prices through the ceiling, and then they will sell it to you. So they're creating this pandemic of fear, causing you to panic, causing you to be afraid of it. But under the surface, they're accumulating billions of dollars worth of this crypto. This is what is happening right now. You can see it in Big Money's asset seats. You can see it on the earnings report. They can't hide it from those that know where to look. But from you, they can.
This is so big, Dan, because what I want people to understand is that they're in a campaign. It's no different than you launching a business or whatever. You're in a campaign. Do you see what I'm saying? So they're in a campaign. And when they launch a campaign, if you don't understand how the campaign works, then you run. So you might buy and then sell low. Don't do that stuff. Okay, back to you, Dan.
Yeah. And by the way, guys, these aren't crypto. These aren't the new crypto companies stockpiling. These are the OG Wall Street firms, the old school ones, the ones that have been around since the 50s and 60s. Why? Because they know this is the future. We are moving into a future where all assets will be tokenized and placed on the blockchain. That is the new economy. That is the new realm of money. But they want you to be afraid of it right now until they sell you their products. Listen, I'm here to look. I want to define what that matrix is. The matrix is designed to give you enough money so that you can maybe make it to your deathbed. Okay. Yes, they want you to invest in mutual funds so that 30 years from now, maybe you'll have enough in your mutual fund where you can retire, not work, and have enough to get you to your deathbed. That's the matrix. If that is your philosophy, you can do that. But check it out. You will never be a part of the 1%. You will never break free of the financial bondage that big money wants you to stay in. I need you to hear this, because until you break this paradigm, you cannot shift out of your current financial situation. You cannot. So you must break your belief system on what you are capable of and what you are not, because they want you stuck in the framework of only having enough to get you to your deathbed. Listen, Shanda and I are here to create wealth, not just to make you rich, but to make you generational wealth so that you can rule and reign and govern your family and then the whole world, your neighborhood, your cities. You can affect governments. That is the point of generational wealth. It's not just so you can drive around in Lamborghinis. Those things are great. Those are nice. But it's for you to be able to positively affect your world outside of your own 9 to 5, your own bills, your own problems, all the crap that the matrix wants you stuck in. And I'm telling you, right now, we have been given a gift from heaven. I've been shouting it from the rooftops to wake people up to what is coming. And listen, if you miss this, the odds are you will be left behind forever, because that is the rate of speed at which technology is moving. Those that don't move into artificial intelligence, those that don't move into blockchain, you will be left behind forever.
Now, you guys, I could hear somebody in the background saying like, okay, I got scammed by crypto in the past. It's like, you got to change your leadership. You did not get scammed by crypto. You need to stop and go, how was I responsible for not doing my research and knowing what I was doing? Right? Like, do you guys get what I'm saying? Like, we cannot operate like a victim and get in the right financial state. A financial state is a mindset. So watch what you say, because when I see something like that, I'm sitting there going, oh, like, I'm going to be at the right table. And you're not. And don't do that, because you should be, because I know it's a slip. It's just a slip. But the devil gets authority over your life by your words. You make agreements, right? So don't make agreements. Break that. Get your responsibility back. Secondly, I can also hear people going, you know, listen, I'm going to share a way, not right now, but I'm going to share a way for some of you guys who might want to do this with us. Generate campaigns online, generate revenue streams online, invest, right? So I'm going to share that after. But hear me when I say this. It doesn't serve us to get you scared, because most people don't move when they're scared. You have to be stronger than your emotions because right now's your moment. What is it? It's your moment.
Yep.
And when he says that the window will close, he's not joking. He's not the only one saying it. Elon Musk is saying it. A lot of people are saying it because they know what's to come. And I don't know about you, but one of my biggest superpowers is to be naive enough to make it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like to be naive enough to make it. It's like these smart people go and they overthink themselves out of the big financial gains because they're either trying to buy at the bottom, like the very bottom, or they're trying to time the market, or you get what I'm saying, you guys? So it's like, you want to be smart. You want to understand, like Dan showed me, what does liquidity mean? He's like, I don't really, like you want to buy at the right entry, Shanda. You got to look at, I'm like, shoot, like that's a new one for me. Like I've been making some good money on buying crypto and selling it and swing trading. You guys who don't know what I'm talking about, don't worry. I'm not a stockbroker sitting at my computer all day like Dan is. He is, but I'm not. Right. And so, but like you learn these new things as you stack it. But AI is coming in so fast. Do you realize I have an AI agent that literally calls you, text messages you, communicates with you, like books your programs for you inside my company? Now I'm about to build a second one. Actually, I'm not doing it. The team's doing it. They're building a second one that, you know, will follow up with you if you maybe went to a cart and didn't finish your process. How many guys have ever gone to, like, you go to buy a pair of leggings and you're like, something gets distracted and you don't buy the leggings, or you're hemming and hawing, and then you get that email that says, hey, you left something in the cart. You know, you get what I'm saying? Like, all that stuff is getting automated from AI. And this isn't somebody needing to prompt, is the AI knows how to communicate with you. Every time you guys go into ChatGPT or Claude or any of these technologies, what do you think's happening? You are getting replaced because the way you think is getting replaced. And so this is not a bad thing for leaders. And it's definitely not a bad thing that with people who have a lot of money, because it means that we can get more done and create work in the markets and enjoy more time. But perception is reality. What side of the fence do you want to be on? Okay, so I'm going to go back to Dan. Watch your thinking while you're listening to him. Start allowing God to prompt a vision. My people will perish without a vision. You don't be the weeds of the work. You want to be in the vision going, what's going to be your win? We're going to do something with our legacy makers, and I'll share that later. But like our legacy makers, in a week or two, somewhere around that, because you can't time the market. In the next few weeks, we're going to be doing something where Dan's going to take us and we're going to attempt, right? I have to say that so nobody comes back and sues me, right? But we're going to literally go, how do you take $1,000 and make it $10,000? And then how do you take that 10,000 and make it into 50,000? Some of you guys have never done anything like that. Would you be upset if you ended up at 30,000? Would you be upset? Yes or no? No, because you gained the wisdom. It's not actually about the money. It's because you gained the wisdom. And when you do it and mere trades, you start to go, oh my gosh, like I just learned so much about that. I wouldn't have done that. And you learn more from getting on the bike and riding it than you do from listening to a talking head talk about it. You get it? You learn from experience and reflections. So I'm going to go back to Dan. I'm going to say, catch a vision. What is going to be your harvest? If you guys don't know what harvest is, what is going to be your payout? And whose lives are going to change because you got that payout? And stop thinking small. This is the moment 1,000 could turn to 50. I have a friend, Dan, who just actually joined us in Legacy Maker. He just took 50,000 and made it 500,000. Why would he come in and work with us? Because he wants to learn more. Right? He doesn't know everything about the markets. He doesn't even know how to read the chart really. But he knows how to understand what to invest in based on a company. Okay, Dan, throw it back to you.
And I want to talk real quick about the window closing. This is important because we're not blowing smoke up your butt. Okay. Everything we say, I can back it up with facts and figures. I'm constantly 24/7 plugged into global markets. Let me explain this window. Okay. Because it sounds like a sales pitch, right? Creates urgency. Ooh, oh, the window's closing. No, listen, this is what's going to happen. Right now, only 6% of the world owns crypto. 6%. Check it out. Crypto is now already, with only 6% of the world owning it, ranked number 13 in global markets. already. US is number one. US stock markets is number one. Crypto has already achieved number 13 on the global scale, sitting at $2.2 trillion. And listen, with the Clarity Act on the table, here's how the window's going to close. Remember, Wall Street's buying, they're telling you not to. They're creating fear. When the Clarity Act gets signed, March and April, when it gets signed, President said he's going to sign it. Once it gets signed, Wall Street will open up the floodgates. Institutional money is going to come flooding in by the trillions. And this market will saturate almost within 2 years. Now, once the market is saturated, the disruption phase is over, because now the crypto market and the energy market will begin to trade like stocks. Normal type returns. Yeah, you can make some, but the best money, the big money, the generational wealth money is made during the disruption phase. If only 6% of the world has it, but the entire world is coming, you tell me what this is going to look like in a few years. Oh, and by the way, and Shanda, this is going to be the first time you heard this one. You're not going to believe this. This was one of my prophecies 3 years ago. I said, within 5 years, AI and AI agents would be running their own economy. They will be buying and selling their own crypto, absent any human. And guess what? This has happened as of this year. So we're not just talking about the world population anymore. We're talking about hundreds of thousands of AI agents that are going to come to blockchain and navigate on the economy, buying and selling, buying and selling, buying and selling. Do you understand what I mean by disruption phase? That is where we are. This window will close. It will close quickly. So we will go from 6% owning crypto to 25% to 50% almost overnight. When? Once the Clarity Act gets signed. Because that is if you can imagine a horse race and they're all behind the gates, that's Wall Street. Wall Street right now is behind the gates. And they're getting ready to bust through, and the Clarity Act will unleash that and unleash trillions of dollars. And listen, Shanda brought up some good things. You guys typed in what's keeping you. The big one, I agree, is lack of knowledge. Some of you just don't know. That time is over. And guess what? You don't have to be an expert. You have to have a lighthouse. That's all you need. All you need is a lighthouse. That's exactly what me and Shanda are. Now, here's the big one. Lack of courage to say yes. A lot of you lack the courage to say yes. And here's why. Because you don't have the ability to understand how to take the right kinds of risks. You guys know the parable of the talents in the Bible? The master gave out to one, he gave one, to one, he gave two, to one, he gave three. This is a story of risk, because the one who buried it didn't even lose anything. The one who buried the talent didn't lose a dime. Handed back the master exactly what was given, and failed. Epically failed. Now I have to destroy one more thing for you. I have to give you guys another hoax, and it's the hoax of the dollar. There is no such thing as cash rich. Our point is to get you to generate cash as quickly as possible so that you convert it into other assets. And what I mean by that is other businesses that create revenue. Stocks, crypto, precious metals, energy. By the way, I'm just gonna hand you a gold mine right now. The future of money, you ready? And by the way, we're already positioning in this. We actually took our first two positions, a week and a half ago, Shanda? I think a week and a half ago.
Yep. And by the way, even putting my kids in it right now.
Yes. The future of money. Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Is energy. The future of money is energy. They are spending $80 billion on artificial intelligence data centers. Guess what it takes to run data centers? Energy, and the world doesn't have even close to the amount needed. The future economy, the future of wealth. You have to stop describing rich in dollars. That era is over. It never existed. The value of a dollar from 1917 to today is 3 cents. Do you understand this? The purchasing power of a dollar today is 3 cents. So tell me again how you're cash rich. It's a lie. It is a lie. You have got to put your cash to work. That is what me and Shanda do. We show you how to put your capital to work so we can show you what true wealth looks like and how to obtain it.
That's so good. You guys, you are unmuted. Okay, perfect. Real quick, you guys, we're not giving you advice on what you should or shouldn't do in the markets, right? We do let our clients mirror Dan and what he's doing, and I mirror Dan and what Dan's doing, and I also mirror my kids. And a lot of people ask me, "What are your kids doing?" And it's like the same thing the adults are doing. You know what I mean? And then there's like people are like, I don't want, some people are like, I don't want to invest in Tesla when Tesla had it, like when the entry was right. And I was like, so just for one sec, because people love tangibility, why did you tell us to invest in Tesla the week that you told us to invest in Tesla? Can you hear me?
Say that one more time.
Why did you guys hear me when I said that? So I asked you, Dan, I said, people keep asking me, what are you investing? How many people are parents in here? Put a P, right? In chat, put a P, right? How many guys are parents? Because I get this question all the time. It's like, I swear our next business needs to be like children's education. You know what I mean? Like we literally are just enrolling our son in the AI Alpha School right now because it's 2 hours of curriculum and the rest is life skills. And so I won't go into that, but like people always ask me, they're like, what are you investing in for your kids? I'm like, the same thing that we're investing in our programs, the same thing that our adults are investing in, the same thing I'm investing in. So people love tangible things. Why did you tell us the week you told us? So Dan in the group, he goes, enter in at this price or close to this price, and our target is this, right? So there was a week where he said, guys, I want you to enter Tesla if you want to do this, right? Or at least I'm entering Tesla. I went and I moved my son into Tesla. Now I want you to know that we've taken my son from, I don't know the exact amount, so you cannot nail me to a cross on this one, but I think it was like $1,000, then $6,000. And then he's multiplied that now up to, he just did a $50,000 trade, a $57,000 trade. And that $57,000 trade he put in Tesla, right? And so you got to think like, why are you investing? What's important to you? He already asked that question. But why did you tell us that week? Especially for the people like, I hate Elon. I don't want to support Elon, right? Like, go ahead.
Yeah. That stuff is that's the topic for a whole nother discussion because I get that all the time. I hate Trump. Look, love him or hate him, you still must navigate the economy. So that stuff is like those are excuses to not move forward. Like they literally are. If that is your answer, good luck. Good luck staying in the past. Like that's just the way it is. You must be able to be flexible and move with the economy, no matter who's in charge, like period. So Tesla, I'm about to blow your mind. It's so simple. It's so fantastic.
That's what I love about this is it's actually easier to invest. Said that to me. Grant Cardone said that to me. He goes, Shanda, it is easier to invest than it is to do what you do online. Like what you do online is so much, like investing is so much easier. Okay, go.
All right, here it is. Some of you may know about this, some of you may not. Elon Musk is leading the world in robotics with his product called Optimus. Let me explain something to you. So Optimus is already working in all of his factories. He will have this available for retail. That's you and me by the end of 2027. Let me explain something to you. His robot Optimus will be the most demanded product in the history of products on the face of this globe. It will be the most demanded product in the history of products, going back as far as you want to go. Here's the other thing. That's all you really need. But here's the other one. You guys know about his robo-taxis. If you don't, he's got robo-taxis in 3 to 5 major cities. Check this out. I just heard by the end of this year, he is unleashing his robo-taxi to you and me for 30 grand. Let me explain what this is. This is a car that you do not drive. Now I know some of his other Teslas have auto drive and you're sitting behind the wheel. No, this one you do not drive. The world of driving is over within 5 years. The world of people actually driving a vehicle is, if you have a child 5 years or under, they will probably never, they will laugh at you because you drove a car. The same way you laughed at your grandparents for walking 3 miles in the snow to get to school. They will laugh at you because you drove a car. This is what is happening with Tesla. Tesla is a no-brainer in a long-term portfolio. It's stupid simple. It will be, I'm telling you, Optimus will wash your dishes. It will be able to watch your dog. It will be able to babysit. It will be able to bartend. It can mop. It can run. It can throw the ball. It can have a conversation already. And he has it so that you can teach it. So you can sit your Optimus down in front of a YouTube video, have it learn a thing and go do it. Or you can teach it yourself. That is how prolific. My wife and I are buying the very first release. We might be buying two. We might be buying two. Because I'm going to need my old fashioned brought to me. But at the same time, I'm going to need somebody taking out my garbage.
So, okay. So you guys hear me when I say this. And a lot of people are asking, and I see when I'm navigating the chats, I'm seeing a question over and over and over again. I'm going to ask it, right? So the question that I'm going to ask is, what platform or platforms do you recommend? And I'm going to ask a follow-up question on that because it keeps being asked. But I do want to share something with you for you guys who don't do the math like I used to not. At $30,000 for that robot, that's $2,500 a month for a year. But let's be real. Tesla makes it so easy to get into their cars. He's going to make it so easy financially for people to get into these things because it's in his culture. It's how he customer acquisitions and gets so far. So if you do have a business, here's a business hack for you. Write this down. Stop depreciating or price cutting and look at adding value and making it easy for people to buy. Okay, so he's got good priced offers that are fair priced offers, and he makes it really easy for you to buy. Are you accepting crypto yet as a form of payment? Most payment processors are, right? So you have to understand this. If I'm paying my nanny right now, as soon as I'm really comfortable, it's going to change, right? If I'm paying a nanny right now and I'm paying her $3,000 or $3,500 a month, it's cheaper for me to get this. And this is not going to, it'll be paid off in a year, or I would just pay it off, right? I just buy it because I know how to campaign build online and generate the money. So by the way, when I buy something new, I don't take it out of my reserves. I generate the cash to pay for it. I make the decision first, I buy it, then I generate the cash to pay for it. I don't wait to make the money and then buy the thing because that's how broke people act. That's called lack of faith, and that will never be backed by heaven. Which if you've tried that approach, it doesn't work. You guys hear what I'm saying? It works by running by faith and being a non-negotiable, not negotiating with my vision. So if you think about that, my nanny goes home at night. My nanny got sick the other day. I had 2 days without a nanny, right? And while I'm here with you, I have her cooking for me, taking care of my family, making sure my husband eats, making sure I eat. I ate before I got on. I could never have done that on my own. First of all, I can't cook. But second of all, I definitely wouldn't have eaten something healthy if I didn't have somebody working for me. So you got to remember that now you look at, some of you guys are nannies. Some of you guys are housekeepers. Some of you guys are driving Uber. Some of you got to understand this is an urgent moment. It doesn't need to be scary unless fear motivates you. But you need to get this as an urgent moment because you're not going back. Right? I heard somebody down the other day complaining about their job. And I said, you better be freaking thankful, because if you're struggling right now and you're complaining about what you already have, you will be taken from, and for sure, AI is coming in to replace that role. So you're going to wish you had this job before. You guys get what I'm saying? This is posturing of the heart, right? So what platform do you recommend and why? Or platforms and why?
Absolutely. So for stocks, any of your Wall Street brokers that you're using now are fine. For those that aren't into stocks yet and they want to, I highly recommend Robinhood. It's one of the fastest growing financial institutions right now, and they were the first, by the way, to be a stock brokerage offering crypto. Their fees are microscopic, microscopic. As a matter of fact, if you keep cash in their cash account, to place it there, you earn like 4% plus in interest. Usually you got to go to a money market or a CD to get that. So I highly recommend Robinhood because not only do you have the grand basket of stocks, you have a pretty decent sized basket of crypto. Now, for crypto, I highly recommend brokerages like Coinbase, Kraken, Crypto.com, because they're easy to use. They're efficient, easy. They're legitimate, by the way. They're legitimate companies because they're also Wall Street institutions. Coinbase is a publicly traded company on the NASDAQ. They're Wall Street institutions. They're not going away. They're legit. But you got to make sure, that you're protecting these accounts. And then we have a massive safety handbook on this that's part of our group. But anyway, you got to make sure.
Down. I was like just writing that down that I need to let people know that we actually, Dan totally protects us and has us read this manual, and then he rides us. He's like, have you read it yet? Have you read it yet? Because he wants to make sure people don't get hacked. Okay, keep going.
Horse before the cart, man. Everybody wants to get in there and get their money and get their stock, but nobody wants to protect it. And then they wonder why 3 months later their account got hacked. And I'm like, how much time did you spend? How many of you guys, don't have to raise your hand, but I'm going to ask you a question. How many of you guys are running VPNs on your computers?
Okay, so maybe what that is, tell them what a VPN is for the people who don't know.
It's a protocol that actually protects your traffic online. That's all it is. For me, we're in the era, we're not going through a VPN. By the way, I use the one I use, let me pull it up here, is Nord, N-O-R-D, NordVPN. I don't make any money whether you use them or not. I don't care whether you use them or not. Do not use a free one. Do you understand? Do not use a free VPN. You need to pay. I think I pay like $10 a month for mine, but it protects your traffic. It protects you online. And it's the equivalent of not wearing a seatbelt in your car if you're not running a VPN on your computer, period. I'm just telling you.
If somebody lives in Barbados, Dan, they never wear seatbelts in their car. Just kidding. Actually, not just kidding, but
I get you. I get you. Yeah, for me, that risk. Yeah.
The risk isn't worth it. It isn't worth it. Yeah, it's not worth it. So, okay. So, as we're kind of like winding down this scenario, if somebody, I know there's lots of you guys who are already in it, but there's always something to gain listening to this trajectory. If you were in a situation where you're like, okay, I got credit card debt, or I don't have money, I feel guilty about investing because I've got other debt, and by the way, his advice, if you have money and you're good, you could double down on it. Just for strategic leadership thought part, like how do you use this piece of advice if you're fine? But you can just double down on whatever he says. So if you had credit card debt or some sort of debt, you felt guilty, right? How many women are watching this right now? There are so many women who tend to feel guilty about spending money on things or taking a risk on things, especially if they haven't won in the past, right? Guys, I know you guys have this too, but I hear it a lot from women, right? So you got that situation. Or you're in a situation where you're like, I'm cash poor right now. Like, I'm actually afraid, like I don't have enough to be able to go do an investment because what's $50 going to do for me? You know what I mean? Like, so how would you give advice to kind of those two people right now applying to this market? We'll kind of end on this.
Wonderful. And that's a great question because it's a risk question. And most people get this backwards. When you have little, listen closely. When you have little, you must swing a big bat. You must take high risks. And you swing that bat over and over and over. You have to. Period. That's how it works. People think if you have a little that you don't take any risk and you hoard. Well, guess what? Welcome to the world of going absolutely nowhere forever.
Yeah, and don't feel like a loser if you've swung a big bat and it didn't hit.
No,
You
no.
generate again and go again. Go ahead.
Yes, it only takes one. It only takes one grand slam, baby. It only takes one grand slam. Now, here's something that's prolifically happening right now. You guys get them in the mail all the time. How many of you guys get those credit card offers in the mail for 0%, transfer balance 0% for a year, year and a half? I've even seen some that give you 2 years at 0%. Have you seen that? If you have credit cards that have interest and you're not rolling that stuff over to these, you're a dummy. I'm just being honest. Somebody's got to smack you across the face. It's got to be me. Like, you need to be taking advantage of this leverage at 0%. When it's a gift horse, you got to know how to use it correctly. Look, if you have a bad credit card spending habit, this might not be for you. Okay, you don't give alcohol to an alcoholic. So if you have spending problems and another credit card, you're not going to have the discipline to not go out and spend it and not use it correctly, then don't do this. But for those of you that have credit cards and they have 21% interest, 15% interest, why are you not transferring these balances to these 0% offers? I got 5 in the mail last month alone. I don't even need them, but many of you do. You should be using this leverage. This leverage works for you because it can delay interest and let you put money to work. It lets you put money to work, and then you can pay that stuff off. And by the way, you can snowball that. So when that 1 year is up, roll it into another one. Like, it's not rocket science. I've gotten so many people out of debt this way. It's called credit card surfing. I've gotten people out of a lot of debt using credit card surfing if you have the discipline to use it correctly. So Shanda, to answer your question, if you have little, it's time to start swinging a big bat.
Yeah, so good. Okay, guys. So, Dan, I'm going to ask you this. What's your, I know you got lots of good picks because I see our Telegram site, but like, just give everybody a freebie. Like, what do you think? And if it goes down and goes up, because if somebody's not in Legacy Maker with us,
Yeah,
I want them to manage their mind, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
So
Perfect. So what I'm going to do is give you guys one of my favorite long-term picks. As a matter of fact, one of the things I'm probably going to go down in history for is a strategy that we call the Vault crypto strategy. So you need to understand the thing where we're at right now with crypto is we're in the accumulation stage. So when we're buying most of these, if it goes lower, I'm buying more. That's called the accumulation stage. That's where we're at with crypto. So if you buy this and you see it go down, you buy more. Now, we're not talking about all of crypto going up. 90% of crypto is going to go to hell in a handbasket. It's only the right coins. There's over 1 million coins. Most of those are going to zero. We're talking about the ones that are right now actively involved in changing our economy as we speak. And by the way, Wall Street has highlighted which those are and where all the money is going to go when the Clarity Act gets signed. So I'm going to give you one for free because Shanda wants me to, and I want to. And it's the godfather of crypto. You already know about Bitcoin, you know about Ethereum, but very few people know about the godfather of crypto. You cannot have a crypto conversation without talking about this token. It is intertwined in the entire fabric of cryptocurrency, and that is Chainlink, or Link, L-I-N-K, Chainlink. This is one of the pillars. This is one of the pillars of crypto. You can begin to buy this now. If it goes lower, you keep buying this coin within 3 to 5 years. By the way, I think Chainlink's somewhere around, I can actually look it up right now. I'll tell you. Chainlink right now is priced at,
somebody else probably got it in the chat already because people are watching this stuff. So you guys are legacy makers. You're going in there and you're like looking it up.
Let me find it. All right. Right now, Link is at $8.71. Guys, in 3 to 5 years, this coin is between $200 to $500. Easily.
Okay, so now what I want you to do, if he's right on that, right? Call it 200. Literally go on ChatGPT, and I do this all the time, right? I'm not a stockbroker, right? So I do this all the time. I look at our trades, and I do this with a friend of mine out here too, who's like has his own token, and he's crushing. He's been in crypto for a long time. But my point is I go, okay, if I'm going to take I'll go chat GPT and I'll be like, if I buy a crypto at $8.71 and it goes up to $200 and I put $10,000 in it, how much will I make? And this, for you guys who want a quick answer, you do that. Now you put 5,000, 1,500, and you see, do you like the answer? Right? So when I look at that, it's like, okay, my final value would be $229,000. Okay. So listen to me when I say this. If I go $229,000 and I divide that, right, $229,000, and I divide that by, call it 2 years, it might be 3, it might be 4, but let's pretend it's 2, you're making $114,000 a year. Now, here's what the broke person says. I wanted the cash now. I can't figure out how to get that $10,000 in now. You go, put your number that you want to put in there. And then what you do is you go, okay, he so often our ears don't hear because the devil blocks them. We've made some legal agreements by saying some bad things around money, right? Cursed it, rehearsed it, did all the stuff with it. And we literally created these agreements. You guys hear what I'm saying? Yes. And so what happens is when somebody drops a life-changing bomb, like you just did, right? He drops that hack. Everybody's like, I'm waiting for an open door. You just got one. You just got an open door. Okay, that's what he would be doing for himself. That's what he is doing for himself. That's what I'm doing. That's what my husband's doing. You see what I'm saying? Like we're not lying to you, and we're not telling you you have to do it. We're just saying that's what we would do. So if I didn't have $10,000, I got a few options. I can go get a 0% credit card and pay off the credit card over the next 18 months. So now I got $10,000, divided by 18 months, maybe $500 a month at 0%, right? Free money. It's a car payment for some people. I would sell my car. Just so you know, I did sell my car when I was building. I sold my BMW for a year because I was serious about getting free. Some of you guys say you want to get free, but you haven't done the sacrifice yet. Do you hear what I'm saying? So that $500 a month for me when I started was a lot. It was a lot mentally, it was a lot financially. And so I got rid of my car because my X5 BMW was about that a month. It was $700. So I was like, I'm going to cash flow $200 a month. I'm going to live without a car for a year. What's funny is I never missed the car. I had to talk myself back into getting a car because I never missed the car. My life didn't change a beat, which is wild to me, right? Like the sacrifice gets blessed. And so I share this with you because I can go get a 0% credit card. I can take what he just said, right? Or I could go sell something. Or I could just say, I'm going to put in $500 today. And then next month, I'm going to put in another 500. And then next month, I'm going to put another 500. Some of you guys are paying into 401ks or retirement plans, and you're deferring your taxes until later on in life. Let me ask you a quick question. I know you'll get this. Has taxes gone down or up? Has taxes gone down or up, y'all? Seriously, they've gone up. So I understand the concept, pay taxes later and do something with your money now. But here's the challenge, it goes up. How many of you guys want to be more broke when you're older so that you're in a less tax bracket? How many of you guys want to be more broke? Do you understand this plan? This is such a dumb plan. And I got this literally in my 20s. My late 20s, I started thinking about, I want to get a family going. I want to meet the guy. I want to do the thing. I didn't really do that till my late 30s. But my point is that I literally got the vision back then. And I was like, okay, this 401k game is not a game I want to play. I don't want to run to become poorer when I'm older. So this makes no sense to me. And I've always been the girl that keeps asking questions. I'm kind of the annoying one in the room that's not challenging the speaker, trying to make them wrong, but I'm actually asking questions because I'm trying to get on their team. I'll never forget my husband. We had a big moment around guardians for our kids, our first kid. And my husband said, I don't agree with what you're saying, Shanda, but I'm going to go downstairs and I'm going to try and get on your team. because this is a moment that we could do marriage really well. Do you know I've never forgotten that moment? That's the moment that I remember going, I got a man. I got a man. Right? I don't got a boy, I got a man. The fact that he had the maturity to literally go figure out how to get on the same team and wasn't there at the moment. He came back up, we got on the same team, and truthfully, he was probably right, and we need to go back to his idea. That's the honest to God truth, but we did my idea at the time. And now we're going to have to change that now, right? My point in sharing this with you is everything's fixable. And your emotions in the moment, if you have your video off, turn it on. Your emotions in the moment will dictate so much in what you do. So you have so many ways to take what he just shared right now. You could take it as fear. You could take it as excitement. Your perception could be, oh my gosh, I'm going to be out of a job. I need to hoard. And then go read the 3 parables in the Bible and don't be surprised when you get taken from. Right? Because the laws of the universe work for all of us. Right? Then you can have the perception going, how do I get on the team of whatever it's Chainlink or Tesla or whatever else? There's so many good options. But here's what happens when we get into FOMO. We listen to the influencers online. We pull back or we run forward and we buy things too high. And then we don't understand when it drops. And then we go and we sell. And I saw it in the chat. I lost my tushy. The word was ass many times in crypto. And I guarantee you those words don't help anybody. You know why they don't help anybody? Because the responsible thing is I didn't do what it took to find the person at the table that knew what they were doing that could tell me what to do. Are you guys following me? Yes? So let me tell you something. You got 2 things and write this down. 2 things and write this down. And by the way, tomorrow we're going to teach you something called the drop zone. How do you literally get into the drop zone with God? For you guys who don't know me, I read the book of Matthew I read it for a year, but in 5 months, I generated $15 million in the bank. Just reading the book of Matthew. And so there's always your relationship with God and him prompting you. He's prompting you to do something right now. What are you not taking action on that you should be taking action on because he's been telling you over and over and over? And you're still making up excuses on why you're not doing it. For some of you guys, it's about financial freedom. For some of you guys, it's time for a move, right? Moving locations. For some of you guys, it's time for IVF, and you're allowing money to be the thing to not go forward. I'm telling you that thinking has never worked. If you playing in that game, it's never worked. The fear-based poverty mindset has never worked. It's never been a logical, smart move that ever got somebody financially free. You get it? It's never been that. I don't know one person in my life that I respect ahead of me that it was a logical, smart move to literally make the move they made. But it was a strategic move. They could see a vision of an intersection. I think all of you guys can see that. Can you tell that the world is going crypto? If you're going to be in crypto, whether you like it or not, you will be in crypto. You will not have a choice. It won't matter if you think it's crap or this or whatever. You will be in crypto. And now think about how many people, financial advisors, bankers, investors, people have told you over the last few years that it was a bad gambling move. If I would have invested in Bitcoin, when Peter Diamandis told me to invest in Bitcoin, I would have had almost $50 million. Is that legacy wealth? Yes. Do you know I have an audio on my phone from my financial advisor on, if I give you $50 million, what are our options? And it's quite exciting. It's quite exciting. If I just had a low risk tolerance, I'm going to go the financial advisor world. However, now I think it's time that you need to take control and authority over your finances. So here's what I want to tell you. These 2 things, write this down. Number 1, if you are an entrepreneur and you have not hit it financially yet, stop building a business. Shanda, why are you saying that to me? Because I want to change your perception from looking linear and feeling the weight of all the decisions that go with a business. If you are an entrepreneur and you have not broken, I say broken through, that's relative for each person. Okay. Like I generate millions and millions of dollars a year. I really don't think I've broken through at the entrepreneur level based on what I've seen in my neighborhood. I just don't. Okay. So it's relative. You know what that is. When I think linear on what it will take for me to build what my heart wants to, it will take too long. AI will take it out. So I can wrestle with that. I can ignore that. I can sweep it under the couch. I can, disagree with it. I could do whatever emotional stuff I want to do with that. But the truth is AI is still going to come in and take the plan quicker than I can build it, quicker than I can learn it. Do you hear what I'm saying? So what's the other flip? Well, feel in your body what this feels like. Just build a revenue stream. A revenue. Do you really care how you make 10,000, 15,000, 20,000, 100,000? Some of you guys want to make $1 million a month, right? Do you really care how you generate that money? Or are you like, it has to be my business? Right? I think about some of the people who have already pivoted, the copywriters and the people like that. Like, is it like, oh my gosh, I feel like I had to build that business? Or do you just want to make good money? Let me know in the chat right now. What's more important to you? Do you want to create a revenue stream or do you want to create a business? What's more important to you? So if you flip and you say, I want to build a revenue stream, what's super cool is I can help. If you have given advice and you have not cash flowed on the advice at the level that you want to cash flow at, it's because you've carried the weight of the business. It takes 3 to 5 years to grow a business, to actually know what you're doing in a business. If you've been in business for 3 to 5 years and you haven't figured it out yet, why don't we take some hats off and just literally focus on like revenue gen? Well, Shanda, how would I do that? Well, I'll tell you something. I just made a partnership with an affiliate firm that's going to come in and train our clients on how to actually sell other people's products that already have converting pages, already have converting marketing. They don't have to create any marketing. They can pick the topic that they want. And there's a guy I was just hearing about this guy that they were so excited for, that really had a small little following online, and he committed to 1 video a day. And that stream. I make sure I'm accurate in my words. He goes live once a day and they tell him what to talk about and give him all the financial details or all the health details or all the product details. And they tell him how to speak. They coach him twice a week. Is that not cool? Yes. So they literally coach him twice a week and they tell him what to say. And then they already have all the pages built out and he shares products and services that he believes in. Do you want to know how much this dude's making a day? $15,000 to $20,000. He started a year and a half ago. So here's another thing, not just crypto, but the world of personal brands, that real estate's also closing. And right now, I'm personally looking to open up 3 to 5 AI avatar social media platforms that my company runs, that is not me, and sells products. Why am I sharing this with you? You can sell your own product. You can sell somebody else's product. You can literally do network marketing, which is the most viral membership site on the planet. But if you don't know how to run a campaign, how do you get people when you don't have anybody to show up? How do you do that this week? How do you have people that show up understand how to speak in a way to launch that offer? Right? How do you follow up with people so that you have cash coming in weekly? That is my superpower. Dan's superpower is investing and multiplying. My superpower is I am the cash queen. I will show you how to generate cash. And I can show you how to do that in a program that we call Legacy Maker. So I'm going to share this with you right now. I have an unbelievable opportunity for you. And I think you're going to find this unmatched in the industry. So number one is my big promise is I will show you how to generate revenue weekly. I will show you and launch with you, which means I'll do it with you, right? I'll do it with you, where literally every week I will get on a phone call. And by the way, any of my legacy makers here, go in the chat and share something you love about the program, right? Share something you love about the program. They're probably going to say the price. They love the price, right? But they also love the results that they're getting. They love the support. They're never alone. See, masterminds are broken. They underserve you. I know that now. That's why I made the pivot. Some of you guys are holding on to an old model and you got to grab onto a new one. But let's forget about that. Let's revenue generate. Do you guys care? I hope you want to revenue generate more than you want the stickiness of building this thing that AI is going to take out. We can revenue generate a lot of ways. We can take off a lot of hats. So here's what I'm going to do. I will meet with you every single week, and I will show you how to build an online campaign. But you're not just going to build one. You're going to build one that you're going to focus on for 3 months. Right? Like I'm going to show you, there's only a few areas that a campaign can break. And by the way, it's the same with every campaign, whether it's live events, whether it's online challenges, whether it's webinars, whether it's pop-up Zooms, what you want to do it local, like get together, retreat. It doesn't matter. Network marketing, affiliate marketing, it's irrelevant. This, you can put any product on what we're doing, but I'm going to do it with you. So every week I meet with you on a Zoom. This is a 1-hour Zoom, Legacy Makers. Have we ever only stayed on for 1 hour? No. You know why? Because I love working with them. So often we end up on there for a couple hours, right? We're pouring into each other. So right now there's an opportunity to become a founding member. This will be the members that are closest to me and closest to Dan. And then we'll do another wave. We'll raise the price and we'll do another wave. And that wave will be a little bit farther from us. This is true. My Legacy Makers know this. They know the strategies. They know what we're working on. They're doing the same stuff, right? So every week I work with you on Zoom for 4 campaigns a year. So 4 revenue campaigns a year. I will do it with you. Okay. So that's number 1. Number 2 is right now, currently, when you invest to work with us in Legacy Maker, and they will drop the link any second now. When you invest to work with us in Legacy Maker, this is a 6-month commitment. And I will right now give you 6 months for free. And you will be grandfathered in at this price. We were like, what's the price? Hold on. Don't think about what's the price. Think about what are you getting? Okay, so here's what you're going to get. You're going to get my mind doing campaigns with you. In addition, you're going to get another 6 months for free and 6 months with Dan. And it's not just crypto, it's also stocks. He said energy is the big deal right now, right? So energy, there's some great energy, good entries, good price points that put us in a great position because AI needs a lot of energy and we are low on energy. If you listen to any of the Shark Tank guys right now, they're talking about like crazy. They're investing in AI and they're investing in energy, right? Because that's where it's going. It doesn't take a rocket science, but you know what happens to everyday people? We don't know how. We don't know where, right, Chris? We don't know where. And so this helps us know exactly where and how. And we teach you, Dan teaches you something called the Vault strategy. And then with this, you are in a Telegram group. In this Telegram group, every single day, he is giving us 2 things. 1 is understanding money. 2 is these are the trade alerts. You choose what you want to go in on and not go in on. However, he gives you a training called the Vault to show you what he is doing to be able to grow the legacy wealth at the next level. Got it? Yes? In addition, we are campaign launching every week. Okay, so let me explain something. Oh my gosh, Shanda, I don't want to launch every week. Okay, so are you working? Would you like to work on a money revenue activity or do you just want to work on building a business? In other words, do you want to make money in a week? Because you're going to work. What if I can show you how to not feel so fearful about these online campaigns? It's like the Miyagi moment, right? It's like, I'm going to have you do this. You have no followers, nobody's there, nobody on an email list. And then there's other people like, I have lots of people on an email list. I got lots of followers. Great. It doesn't matter where you're at. Either or is going to go to the next level. Okay, I'm going to show you how to make offers. I'm going to show you how to create bonuses, but we're going to do it together because the mastermind model is broken. You know it. You're underserved in these masterminds. We have gotten all the fluff out of it and all we're doing is generating cash. Okay, so what's the investment of this? Okay, first and foremost, the Zooms for 6 months with me is a $5,000 investment. I'm giving you 6 months for free, which is $5,000 that I'm giving it to you for free. In addition, Dan, you'll probably say this really should be more, but we priced this at a very reasonable $2,500 to mirror trades. You get what I'm saying? Yes? You can already see he's probably like messaging me right now. Launching campaigns, my intellectual property, $1,500. Is this overinflated? I say that's incredibly well priced. This would be $14,000 for this program, 100% as a mastermind. Right now, if you go to joinlegacymaker.com, you have two options. Option number one is $5,000. Go all in. Don't have another payment. Let's build your cash flow and be all in. You get all of that. You get 6 months plus 6 months for free, 6 months of crypto trading. You get a school group where we're in a school group. You get me every single week. We're campaign building together, and we're literally doing it every single week together. When was the last time you had an 8-figure business owner give you this type of access for $5,000 for an entire year? Never. It's non-existent in the market that I'm aware of. It's non-existent in the market. Okay. So you can go learn from somebody who literally has less education, less successful launches, and has also had less pitfalls. I have been in the middle of the living room floor. I just didn't stay there, and neither will you. Okay. Option number two, if you need a payment plan, you can break this up into 2 payments of $2,500. You can go to joinlegacymaker.com. Now, here's the big bonus. Okay. On March 2nd, how many of you guys would love to be one of the first 15 people? So you want to go to joinlegacymaker.com right now and be one of the 15 people. Like, seriously, run to it. Joinlegacymaker.com. I hope they're dropping that in the chat. You guys online, just type it in. Joinlegacymaker.com. Okay, so if you're one of the first 15 who jump in, then here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to gift you a spot at my house to come meet Dan, to come meet me, to come meet the affiliate team that's going to train how do you successfully sell somebody else's product online. And who else coming? Oh, Brooks is coming. He's going to show you how he's generated legacy wealth. We literally have built a panel of people. We've built essentially the tables. Instead of you and hearing for a lifetime, go make a place for yourself at the table. You got to, your network is your net worth. If you are one of the first 15 people who join us in Legacy Maker, you already know if this is your program or this is your year, right? Then go be one of the first 15 people. Then you will get to come to my house on March 2nd. It is my personal home in Puerto Rico. Sit with us in our living room, have a beautiful catered lunch with us, have a panel of my friends that are going to come and 6-inch putt your businesses. So instead of going, should I be doing this? Am I on the right track? They're going to say yes or no. Do this instead. If you just see, you guys get linear is I've been doing it this way. This is the only way I know how, but I really want that. But I got to do this because I got to keep generating money, but I really want that. What if that is your freedom moment? Well, that is what we're interested in building out right now. And it takes a different, can you agree with me on this? It takes a different level of thinking to be able to do that. The people I'm bringing to my house are not people who are literally in your masterminds. They're people who can do 6-inch putts, open up doors, and change lives. So not only are we committed to creating legacy wealth, we're committed to creating legacy network around you, because it's the people around you that open the doors. All you have to do is say, I am worthy. I am ready. This is my moment. And if that's you, be one of the first 15 people. I'll announce who the first 15 people are tomorrow. Go to joinlegacymaker.com. Jump in. You could do a 1-pay. I do 1-pays because I don't want any payment plans. Or you can do a 2-pay for 2 pays of $2,500. Now really, that's all I got to say. I mean, there's this is a chance of a lifetime. So right now, this works out to be about what, $400 a month for a year to be able to gain all of this insight and be at the right place at the right time. Sound good, you guys? Yes? Are we good? Okay. Mercedes says I'm in. All right. Who else is in? Mercedes is in. Who else is in? I can't, the chat's moving so fast, I can't see it. All right, Doslin's in. Awesome. Barry's like, I just jumped in too. Yolanda's in. Woo woo. Susan's in. Who else? Okay, I got to figure it out. Figure it out fast, right? Figure it out fast. In fact, if you go to joinlegacymaker.com, I think if you go and fill it out, I think on the second page, there's even funding options. I think, just FYI. Okay, awesome, you guys. Oh, yay, I'm already in, Andrea. Who else is in? I'll be there, Melissa. Yes. See you in Puerto Rico. So good, you guys. I'm sending you so much love. So you guys who, first of all, we're not done. We have 2 more amazing days. Tomorrow we're going to come back. We're going to talk about the drop zone, how to get into the drop zone. And the last day I'm going to wrap up the whole recap of how do you really look at generating tangible income online on Friday. And I'm just going to pour into you. So we still got 2 beautiful, amazing days. I hope the Money and Miracle Challenge has been amazing for you. This is the second time we've taught it. And it is a joy. I could do this all day with you guys. So here's to creating legacy wealth. Here's to stomping out any of the fears that keep us stuck. Here's to 86ing the logical thinking and getting ahead of our lives. This is our moment, you guys, and I'm clear about that. I'm clear about it for my family. I'm clear about it for you. If you're one of the first 15 people, I will see you in Puerto Rico. If you're not one of the first 15 people, I will see you next Tuesday in our Legacy Maker call. Everybody else, I'll see you tomorrow on the Money and Miracle Walk. If you are in VIP, they will be sending you a text and an email. VIP is currently closed now. So everybody who's in VIP, we're going to send you a text and an email, and we will see you in the next Zoom room. Dan's going to join us, and we can answer some questions. See, this is a moment that somebody said, I'm going to skip VIP. And it's like, okay, this is what we do. This is exactly, we make the same decisions over and over and over again that keep us stuck. Instead of having faith that you're going to be fed. And that faith will turn out great, especially when you're around driven people. When you're not around driven people, I know people have put the olive branch out and it didn't work out for you. But when that's around your network. And I will tell you, our network here at Legacy Maker is incredible. I can't even stop people from raving at the beginning of the calls. It's been so good and so life-filled.